Vanakkam. This is A. Muhammad Ibrahim, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Chemistry, Hindustan College of Engineering and Technology, Coimbatore. In this video, we want to discuss about overgrazing and agriculture. Let's start with the beautiful quotes. To lengthen thy life, lessen thy meals. This is the quotes from Benjamin Franklin. Overgrazing and agriculture. Overgrazing is a process of eating away the forest vegetation without giving it a chance to regenerate. In India, leads in livestock population in the world. The huge livestock population requires more grazing land or pasture area. Very often we find that the livestock is grazing on a particular piece of grassland or pasture which surpass the carrying capacity. Let's discuss about the effects or impacts of the overgrazing. First one is the land degradation. Overgrazing removes the cover of vegetation over the soil and exposed soil gets compacted. So the roots of plant cannot go much deep into the soil and the adequate soil moisture is not available. So thus overgrazing leads to organically poor, dry, compacted soil. This cannot be used for further cultivation. Next effect is the soil erosion. Due to overgrazing by livestock, the cover of vegetation gets removed from the soil. The roots of the grass are very good binders of the soil. When the grasses are removed, the soil becomes loose by the action of wind and rainfall. Loss of useful species. Overgrazing also affects the composition of plant population and their regeneration capacity. The grassland consists of grasses and forbs with high nutritive value. When the livestock grazes the grasses heavily, the rootstocks which carry the food reserve gets destroyed. Now other secondary species will appear in their place which are less nutritive in nature. Some livestock keep on overgrazing these species also. Let's see the World Hunger Map for the year of 2020. It depicts the prevalence of undernourishment in the population of each country during the year of 2017 to 2019. If this current trends continues means the number of hungry people will reach 840 million by the year of 2030. This map provides invaluable information that helps all the school teachers or college teachers or professors and students to learn more about the biggest single risk to global health. Agriculture. It is an art, it is a science, and it is an industry for managing the growth and plants for human use. It includes the cultivation of the soil, growing and harvesting crops, breeding and raising livestock, dairying and forestry. The major two types of the agriculture are traditional and also the modern agriculture. Traditional agriculture means it involves a small plot, simple tools, surface water, organic fertilizers and a mix of crops. They produce enough and a mix of crops, they produce enough food for their families and to sell it for their income. But this traditional agriculture also have some impacts. Deforestation, cutting and burning of trees in forest to clear the land for cultivation. Soil erosion, clearing of forest cover exposes the soil to wind and rainfall. Loss of nutrients, organic matter in the soil gets destroyed and most of the nutrients are taken up by the crops with a short period. Modern agriculture, it makes use of hybrid seeds of single crop variety, high-tech equipments, lot of fertilizers, pesticides and water to produce a large amount of single crops. The effects or impacts of the modern agriculture are the micronutrient imbalance. Most of the chemical fertilizers used in the modern agriculture contain nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, which are macronutrients. The blue baby syndrome, it is called as the nitrate pollution. When nitrogenous fertilizers are supplied in the fields, they leach deep into the soil and contaminate the groundwater. The nitrate concentration in the water gets increased. When the nitrate concentration exceeds 25 milligram per liter, they cause serious health problem that is called as the blue baby syndrome. This disease affects the infants and also leads even to death. Eutrophication. A large proportion of nitrogenous and the phosphorus fertilizers used in crop field is washed off by the runoff water and reaches the water bodies, causing overnourishment of the lake. This process is known as eutrophication. Due to eutrophication, lake gets attacked by the algal bloom. These algal species use up the nutrients rapidly and grow very fast. Since the time of algal species is less, they die quickly and pollute the water, which in turn affect the aquatic life. Next is waterlogging. Waterlogging is the land where water stands for most of the year, but it having some problems. During waterlogging conditions, pore voids in the soil get filled with water and the soil air gets depleted. In such a condition, the roots of the lands do not get adequate air for respiration, so mechanical strength of the soil decreases and the crop yield falls. Causes of waterlogging is the excessive water supply to the croplands, heavy rain, poor drainage. The salinity. The water not absorbed by the soil undergo evaporation, leaving behind a thin layer of dissolved salts in the topsoil. This process of accumulation of salts is called salinity of the soil. The saline soils are characterized by the accumulation of soluble salts like sodium chloride, calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, sodium sulfate, sodium bicarbonates and sodium carbonates. The problems in salinity: most of the water used for irrigation comes only from canal or groundwater, which unlike rainwater contains dissolved salts. Under dry climates, the water gets evaporated, leaving behind the salt in the upper portion of the soil. Due to salinity, the soil becomes alkaline and crop yield decreases. If you ate today, thank your farmer daily. With this, I am signing off, my dears. Thank you.